The crowded city square shimmered under the bright daytime sun, but nothing shone brighter than the tiny girl standing at its center, barefoot, trembling, clutching a cracked old violin as if it were the last fragile piece of her world. People walked past her without seeing her, but fate paused when a sleek, luxury car rolled to a stop and a tall, sharply dressed millionaire stepped out, his cold gaze landing on the child as though she were a stain on an expensive canvas. Tone that drifted across the square, he said, "Play something. If you impress me, maybe I'll adopt you." The crowd chuckled, the girl froze, and the millionaire smirked, unaware that her music would silence every laugh that followed. If you believe in kindness, second chances, and stories that show humanity still exists, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel Touch of Keenness. Her name was Aria Thornwood, a delicate 9-year-old with hair the color of soft wheat and eyes too wise for her age. She had lost her parents a year earlier and had been living in a shelter run by volunteers who could barely keep the lights on. Music was the only thing she still carried from her previous life. Her mother's old violin, worn, chipped, and missing varnish, yet filled with memories that could still breathe. She played in the city square each day, earning enough for a sandwich if she was lucky. Still, she never complained. She only played. The millionaire, Reginald Vale, had arrived with everything a man could desire: wealth, prestige, influence, but not warmth. The city knew him for his ruthless decisions, his marble-like expression, the way he treated people like numbers in a ledger. When he mocked Aria, it wasn't out of amusement, it was habit. He wasn't used to seeing innocence. He didn't know how to treat it. The crowd looked at him, expecting a spectacle, something to gossip about later. Aria felt her throat tighten, her fingers numb, the memory of her mother's gentle voice whispering, "Play from your heart, my love. It will never fail you." She lifted the violin to her chin. Her hands shook so hard she could barely hold the bow. Reginald crossed his arms, watching her as if she were a momentary distraction from his expensive errands. At first, the sound came out rough, thin, trembling like a frightened bird. A few kids snickered. Someone murmured, "What did he expect? She's just a child." Aria swallowed her fear. Then she took a slow breath, deep, steady, and suddenly her music shifted. What came next was not the hesitant tune of a scared little girl. The melody of a child who had lost everything yet still carried hope like a burning lantern. Her bow glided, her fingers danced, and a warm, clear note soared across the square, cutting through the noise of the noon traffic. People stopped. Conversations faded. The city seemed to pause and listen. The melody rose into the bright sky, weaving grief, tenderness, and courage all into one breathtaking harmony. And, for the first time in his life, Reginald Vale felt something crack inside him. Didn't understand the emotion tightening his chest, but he couldn't look away from her. Her eyes closed as she played, as if she were remembering every warm moment of her past, her mother humming in the kitchen, her father spinning her around the living room, the laughter she once knew. But her tune also carried her present, the quiet nights in the shelter, the hunger that gnawed at her, the fear of being forgotten. Every note was a plea, a prayer, a whisper for someone to finally see her. When she finished, the final note lingered in the air like a fragile sunbeam before fading gently into silence. No one moved, no one breathed. Then applause exploded around her. Strangers clapped, wiped their eyes. But the loudest silence came from Reginald. He stood perfectly still, jaw clenched, eyes glassy with a feeling he never expected to know. It wasn't pity, it was awakening. Aria slowly lowered her violin, not expecting anything, not hoping. She had seen too much to expect kindness from those above her. But Reginald stepped toward her, his voice different, gentler, shaken, almost human, as he said, "I mocked you, but you gave me something priceless. I didn't know music could do that." He knelt down, eye level with her trembling face, and whispered, "If you'll let me, I'd like to help you. Truly help you." The shelter volunteers watched from afar with tears streaming down their faces as Reginald spoke to Aria, not as a millionaire to a child, as a man discovering his heart for the first time. And when Aria finally nodded, a soft smile breaking across her face, the square erupted in warmth. Her life was about to change forever.